Hi, I'm Scott, and this is our big yellow Labrador Duke.
And I'm Desiree, and this is Shiloh. And we're very excited to become parents.
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for considering us to be parents for your child.
Welcome to our home.
We live in a quiet little neighborhood just outside of our town that has access to a little softball field, a playground in the courtyard area, as well as a walking track behind us here. So it's a very fantastic place. It'd be a great place for a youngster to grow up.
We've been married for 8 years, right?
Yes.
Yes. We got married in 2007.
So Des and I met in a very atypical fashion. While I was serving as athletic director, I was looking for a girls golf coach, and she was one of the candidates that applied. And upon going through the interview process, I ended up hiring
somebody else.
Not my future wife, but upon calling her to tell her that she didn't receive the job, in very atypical fashion, at the conclusion of asking or telling her that she didn't receive the job, I asked her out on a date as a consolation prize.
It was a good consolation prize. I grew up in a small town in southeast Colorado with my mother, father, and older brother. I come from a traditional conservative family. My mother and father have been married for over 40 years. I was lucky enough to have a stay-at-home mom, and my dad recently retired as Director of Social Services after over 30 years. My brother and I are 7 years apart, but are exceptionally close. He lives in a nearby town with his wife and teenage daughter. My brother is the Chief Operations Officer at a local mental health clinic, and my sister-in-law is the Chief Information Officer at the same location. Their daughter attends the same school my brother and I graduated from and enjoys playing softball and golf. I attended the same school from kindergarten through graduation and even met Scott there several years later. I was very active in sports and theater, which has carried over into my adulthood. I played softball and cheered at a local junior college where I received my AA, and then attended a university where I graduated with a BA in history. I chose to move home after college because of our strong family bond and the love of the area. I soon got a job in an elementary school where I fell in love with education. I am currently a reading teacher at a K-2 primary school in the same district in which we live. I've been teaching for 10 years and couldn't imagine a more caring or fulfilling career.
A little about me. I grew up in a decent-sized city in southern Colorado. My parents were very kind, structured, and supportive of my brother and I being involved in many activities. Recreation, soccer, and basketball were very commonplace in our lives, as well as riding bikes and building forts with friends from sunup to sundown. We took advantage of every minute to be outdoors. My parents divorced while my brother and I were in elementary and middle school. During this process, we followed my mother to a small town in southeastern Colorado where she remarried. During my high school years, I continued my love for athletics, participating in football, basketball, and baseball. Upon high school graduation, I attended college in southern Colorado, where I originally grew up, and received my Bachelor of Science degree, and soon started work in the education field in southeast Colorado, where I have been for 10 years. I served in the capacity of athletic director for 8 years and math and physical education teacher for 10 years. During my college years, my father also remarried, where my parents and step-parents maintain a very positive relationship. My mother and stepfather currently live 20 minutes away, as well as my brother, his wife, and 2 younger sons. My father and stepfather live 1 hour away, so we enjoy the luxury of having nearly all of our family live nearby.
We have 4 furry friends, Shiloh and Duke. Shiloh is 11. She's a border collie who I got when I moved back from college. And this is Duke. And we got Duke as a wedding gift 9 years ago. We have 2 cats. We have Snickers and Heathcliff, both of which we adopted.
Desiree and I share quite a few common interests as well. We love gardening together. We just made a couple years ago a little garden on the side of our house, so we enjoy growing our own veggies. We enjoy family, visiting with family on the weekends, having dinners together. Enjoy traveling very much. We've had the luxury to go to Disneyland a couple times, once on our own, once with family. had a chance to recently go to New Orleans for a wedding, and have also recently visited the Omaha and as well as San Diego Zoo. So those are some of the things that we enjoy doing together.
He most recently got me into cycling. I'm not very good at it, but I'm working really hard so that we can also enjoy that as a pastime.
So we're at one of our favorite places right now, our local theater. We enjoy spending our summers here participating in the local summer musical productions.
So I do want to talk a little bit about my wife here. She's a very strong, beautiful woman who helps make me a better individual each and every day. Desiree is an extremely hardworking and always strives to be the best and makes those around her feel appreciated for what they do. I know Desiree will make a terrific mother to a lucky child one day.
Scott is everything that I could hope for in a partner. He's loving and caring. He's strong both physically and emotionally. He's very hardworking. He believes in integrity and doing everything as hard as you can to make sure that you fulfill what you've said that you're going to do. And I'm really excited to see him hitting grounders in the field or snuggling on the couch with a little, and just passing on all of his amazing traits and encouraging the love that he has in building a bond with a child. Shortly after we got married, we decided that we wanted to look into having a family, and we started that long journey. We tried naturally for several years and finally went into a clinic where they sent us to